My name is author Shae Pratcher. I have a husband, 3 kids. I have a passion for writing. This is my first debut book, though, but I have a passion for helping people. Yeah, so this one is near and dear to me because it's about my personal journey, and I think that we all have a story to tell. That's the truth. But me sharing this story is about my personal journey towards healing, and with that, it's basically about some childhood traumas that I had to overcome into my adulthood life. How difficult those relationships can be when you don't heal that childhood trauma, as well as getting older, having my husband, getting married, having kids, and not healing those things from the past, and then also the new things that I had to experience. One of the most hardest things I've been through, and I talk about in the book, is losing our firstborn son, Braylon Shae Pratcher. He was born with trisomy 13, and he passed away 28 days later, and that's been the hardest testimony to date for me. But I talk about that in the book, and I know that there are a lot of other families who've gone through that. But I want them to be able to, again, look at me and be able to see that, again, you can triumph over trauma, and you can make, better out of those bitter lemons that's dealt to us sometimes. I would have to say the raw authenticity in which how I share the different aspects of things that has happened along the path of the journey, and the way that it's shared with the audience. It allows them to be relatable, and it allows them to put themselves in the seat to basically be able to say, hey, even though this isn't my exact story of what happened to me, but they're able to self-reflect and be able to take away from that what they choose to be able to become better individuals as well. So this is my first book, to be honest. So for the process, I would be able to say, honestly, when I started out, I went through therapy, and it just started out as journaling. So I've learned the importance of journaling because I'm able to look back, right, and be able to reflect on, oh my goodness, that's how I felt at this point in time in my life. Whereas if you don't capture those things, you try to remember it, but you don't remember it that way. So that was something that was really important along this process in writing Highway to Healing, specifically. And then I just don't force anything. Whenever I get that mode and it comes, I write whatever it is, and then we go back. And it wasn't written in order, so I can't say that it's like chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, but I literally just write whatever comes to me, and then after that, go back and figure out the order of everything after that. I want people to take away the fact that while the cards that are dealt to us in life isn't maybe necessarily our fault, I do believe that there is always a possibility to be able to hashtag heal for real. And what I mean by that is anything that we go through in life that may not be within our control, but as far as healing from those things and being able to move forward and be better versus living a bitter life, that's within our control. And that's something that we as people, I want people to understand that that's important for us to be able to do to move forward, to be able to give that to our loved ones and be better for yourself. The message is to hashtag heal for real. I'd have to say that I want to challenge people that status quo that we get stuck sometimes in that it is what it is mindset, or fake it till you make it. I don't think that there's anything healthy with those kind of mindsets. So the mindset truly does matter. And so ultimately, when we're thinking about how we can be better individuals, you want to be able to position yourself to where you can hashtag heal for real and be better again for your loved ones, for yourself, and to live an authentic life to where you have this unspeakable level of peace and joy in your life. Yes. I think for me, it's because before I actually did heal for real and I actually went through therapy, I didn't even imagine that I could have the level of peace and joy that I actually have in my life. I think once I've experienced that, I want everybody else to be able to have that same level of peace and joy. And that's, for me, it's hard to put into words, but once you have it, you want to protect that level of peace and joy. And so helping people, having the conversations, writing this book has really shown me that it can be a blessing to other people and help them to be authentic and live and be better versions of themselves. Yes. I have a couple projects that I'm working on that's specifically connected to Highway to Healing. But I am focused on the next one. Is I think the Highway to Healing is one part of it, but I really think that the next part, or the next book for me, is going to be more so focused on maintaining that, right? Because you think like, oh, I'm healed now. I got to this level and like space and place in my life. But what's next? Because it's a constant choice to continue to maintain that level of peace and joy that you have. So that's going to be the next project. And then I'm working with a couple of other authors as well on some co-authoring on some books as well. I would say that be able to understand that your voice matters. I think a lot of time we think that, oh, it's the same story. You know, what I've been through or what I've gone through or what I have to say and write doesn't matter. But I truly believe that we do not even understand the level and the power that we have to bless other people, for other people to actually be able to take from your story and grow to be better individuals overall. And when you don't share those things with the world, you'll never know. But when you do, it actually does have the power to open up a whole different world where people can actually be able to be better and to be able to reach for more because of the story that you chose to do. So what I would say is, don't stop, don't settle, keep stepping. That's something that I say all the time, because we have 3 choices in life, and you can stop, which means you just give up. You can settle and just believe, this is just as good as it gets, so I'm not going to push and I'm not going to try, or you can step. And for me, the only option is to step, and I encourage other writers to do the same.